Whether you're a speaker or not, there come times in all of our lives where we need a little motivation. Maybe you're struggling to find your purpose, or are unsure about your path in life. Maybe you just had a bad day and need a reminder that tomorrow's a fresh start. In either case, looking to famous speakers and their corresponding motivational speech examples is one sure way to boost your mood and help you find the energy to keep on keeping on. Here we'll look at 10 different speeches from some of the most famous motivational speakers of the 21st century. Some are serious and take a candid look at difficult issues in speakers' lives. Others are humorous, designed to balance tough topics with laughter. Whatever tone you need to hear at this moment, at least one of the following speakers is guaranteed to brighten your day. They're also all incredible examples for you to follow, simply from a speaking standpoint, when you next step on stage or record a virtual event. Hopefully, you get as much out of this example as our own team did, and are able to put the corresponding takeaways to good use. Much love to you. Let me see. Oh, come on, they're gonna just put the videos in there? Give me a story. Not to listen to read. Is reading gone? Is reading shit nowadays? Everyone stopped reading? Everyone looks at videos nowadays? Where are the long days gone where people would be able to just read at their own pace and use the power of imagination to fill in the gaps? Gosh darn it, man. Am I too old for this shit? Or is it confirm? Just give me. Public speaking is a highly sought after talent in the field of business, politics, education, and sport because it is associated with leadership. People who know how to communicate well have more capacity to connect with their environment, unite teams, and instill values. However, this skill, which for some people comes naturally, can be an uphill struggle for others. According to Verywell, a website created by health experts, 75% of the world's population are afraid to speak in public. Motivational speaking, which turns a mere talk into an inspiring story, is the kind of speech that any speaker would aspire to when they stand in front of dozens of people. It is, without doubt, the most complicated type of public speaking, and it requires a high level of oratory. But we don't need to get hung up about achieving this level because it is not always the best approach. Before delivering a speech, you have to make an assessment of the target audience and what objectives you want to achieve. In the following, we will review this and also share some alternatives. Your speech has to be at first motivational. Motivational speaking conveys a highly emotional message, and its purpose is to invite action. It is characteristic of very charismatic leaders, and it's useful in dealing with difficult times or a great deal of uncertainty. Let me just put you on this side. It doesn't really matter what you say as long as you say it with empathy and pathos. You also have to be persuasive. The objective of this is to convince the listener to change their mind or to act in a certain way. It is a common resource in politics, advertising, and sales marketing. Your speech should also be informative. So this offers information and interesting data to the audience. It is useful for presenting research projects, demonstrating results, or providing training resources for colleagues within your company. entertainment. It is an address aimed at entertaining the audience. It is usually carried out in a relaxed context, but that does not mean it should not be void of content. It should be. It does not mean it should be void of content. You wrote it wrong, Mr. Iberdrola. Valuable information can be imparted with a dose of humor. Nowadays, there are tools to complement and enhance speeches at a visual level. These IT programs, God, these software, alright, whatever, when properly harnessed, can become excellent partners in winning over the audience and gaining their applause. The following are some of the best known programs. Frenzy. Not ad. This program stands out visually for the originality of its transitions, something which is very useful when structuring content and linking ideas. It is accessible online and stored on the cloud, facilitating access to presentations. Keynote. This software, which can only be accessed on Apple technology platforms, is the most powerful and sophisticated program to use when requiring visual effects and other multimedia tools. It allows audio files to be recorded and edited, and diagrams or illustrations can be hand-drawn using the Apple Pencil. PowerPoint. For years it was the most used, but the appearance of other alternatives and the lack of updates took away its protagonism. It is the easiest program to use and the most appropriate for creating performances that require less visual impact, such as presenting results. Well, that's a bit of a lie, but whatever, we'll say you're right. The most motivating speeches. But you're not gonna show them to me, you're just gonna tell me they exist? God damn it, man. Can't you? Let me see. The Gettysburg Address. Let's do this and we shall fight on the beaches. Beach. Full text. Where is it? Is there a place for the full text? 5 manuscripts, okay. Gettysburg Address. Full text. Thank you. There we go. Full text. Some motivational scriptures. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, we shall fight on the beaches. Reading time 20 minutes. Perfect. It's perfect. But where is... Where is the speech, man? Why is it so hard to put the general? We're just gonna do the Gettysburg address. Leave Twitter. Alright, this is it. So, a wise man once said, 87 years ago, our fathers brought forth on this continent a new nation conceived in liberty and dedicated to the proposition that all men are created equal. Now we are engaged in a great civil war, testing whether that nation or any nation so conceived and so dedicated can long endure. We are met on a great battlefield of that war. We have come to dedicate a portion of that field as a final resting place for those who here gave their lives that that nation might live. It is altogether fitting and proper that we should do this. But in a larger sense, we cannot dedicate, we cannot consecrate, we cannot hallow this ground. The brave men, living and dead, who struggled here, have consecrated it far above our poor power to add or detract. The world will little note, nor long remember what we say here, but it can never forget what they did here. It is for us, the living, rather, to be dedicated here to the unfinished work which they who fought here have thus far so nobly advanced. It is rather for us to be here dedicated to the great task remaining before us, that from these honored dead we take increased devotion to that cause for which they here gave the last full measure of devotion, that we here highly resolve that these dead shall not have died in vain, that this nation under God shall have a new birth of freedom, and that covenant of the people, by the people, for the people, shall not perish from the earth. Can I get some applauses maybe? Thank you. It was a great pleasure to do this for you.